Okay, the brand new Max original film that just hit the streaming service. This movie actually released at Sundance in 2022, and it was purchased by HBO Max, but finally, 2 years later, it's finally being seen by audiences. The film is co-directed by real-life married couple of Tig Notaro and Stephanie Allen. Hopefully I'm saying their names right. The film follows two best friends. One is Lucy, played by Dakota Johnson, and Jane, played by Sonoya Mizuno. In the film, they are having a bit of a big period in their friendship as Jane, who's played by Mizuno, is about to move out of the country to pursue her job, while Jane, who is definitely the lead character of the movie, sorry, Lucy, not Jane, Lucy, played by Johnson, is figuring out what her life is about, both from a work level and if she is gay, straight, or anything like that, and where their lives stand moving forward in the movie. The film also has some really good supporting cast. You have Jermaine Fowler as Danny, who is Jane's boyfriend. Kiersey Clemons plays Brittany, who is Lucy's friend at work. And then you also have Molly Gordon as Kat, who is Jane's friend at work. The film is an hour and 26 minutes long and is rated R. Welcome back to a brand new review here on Max Talks Movies. My name is Max Enberg. If you like talking all things movies, TV shows, and box office, you've found the right YouTube channel for you. So please hit that subscribe button. I've been learning now that over half of the people watching my videos, just over half my people watching videos are not subscribers. So if you're new, please subscribe and ring that bell. Really helps support the channel. Comment down below. First of all, have you heard about this film from 2 years ago at Sundance? Did you even know this hit the Max streaming service this past week? If you've seen it, did you like it? Did you not like it? Let me know your thoughts. And also, please like the video, the thumbs up button. That's how you support this channel. I did not see a single trailer for the movie. I actually learned after the film, researching it for the review, that it was released at Sundance 2 years ago. And the backstory is that it was really bought by HBO Max, and that it was the time where HBO Max was kind of in a fluctuation period where it's kind of turning into Max, and Warner Brothers Discovery shelved the movie for, again, over 2 years now, and then finally putting it out now. So let's get my thoughts on Am I Okay? And overall, this is a really breeze, easy watch of a film that delivers a lead actress that I believe is fantastic. I've been saying this since the channel started. Dakota Johnson is someone who, in any movie she is in, I am all there for. Yes, she's had some real clunkers that I think have affected mainstream people's opinions on her performances, like obviously Madam Web and the 50 Shades franchise, but she's chosen some really smart and interesting projects outside of those films, like Lost Daughter, Cha-Cha Real Smooth, one of my favorite movies of the last decade. She's chosen some really smart projects outside of those. And once again, here she's also a producer in the movie. But what holds the movie together and why the movie is watchable and is enjoyable as it is the dynamic chemistry between Johnson and Mizuno. They're supposed to be playing lifelong, even back to school, best friends. They're now playing in their early 30s, but they're friends since high school, at least what the movie says. And you believe every second that Johnson and Mizuno were best friends for this long. Their chemistry is fantastic. And now, yes, Johnson's definitely the more focused character. I think for the most part, when the movie succeeds, it is a co-lead of both focusing both on Johnson and Mizuno's lives. I think for the most part, it does focus both on those characters. It is definitely a roller coaster of a movie. They have very high ups in this film and very low downs in this movie, but the chemistry is great. But as I said, performance for performance, starting with Mizuno, she's excellent in the movie. She's someone who is very, very driven due to her work, and she's battling a lot of other people's expectations of her as well. That's kind of a similarity between both characters. They both see expectations from the outside world on how they're supposed to fit into society. As Mizuno is a very passion-driven worker who is about to take her next step outside of the country. She has a boyfriend who she's had for over 8 years and this best friend. And what is that like now, moving on from maybe both of those things? And then you have Lucy, who is now realizing that what is she without Jane being there for her 24/7 right down the street from her. And then she kind of questioned where she fits into things, both on a very much more on a personal level, from a work perspective, as I said, and from a sexuality, from a straight or gay perspective. And I really enjoyed both of those dynamics, and the stories go very well. They're both very supportive for each other, but things obviously have to heat up for this to be a movie. And when they do, it gets very interesting as well. But as I said, Mizuno is very good. Johnson is excellent in this film. I mean, she is playing a very complicated but authentic character. I think a lot of people, even if you're not gay or straight, you can relate to what Johnson is going through in this film. She's 32, has not been in the film, I'm saying, hasn't been in a lot of relationships, and she kind of is in a weird spot. But I think a lot more people than even you would think would relate to this character. And Johnson is excellent, kind of figuring everything out. She brings the comedy, the charisma, and the dramatic performance all involved in this movie. I think if you're a fan of her, I would definitely highly recommend the movie. As I said, really fun supporting cast. Jermaine Fowler and Molly Gordon are always fun to watch on screen. I love Kiersey Clemons. She's excellent in really everything I've seen her in. I've talked about that over the last couple of years since on the channel and things like Monarch, even those brief moments in The Flash. And in Neighbors, I saw her for the first time. So she's excellent here. And she's a very important subplot with Dakota Johnson. And I really enjoyed their chemistry in the movie as well. As I also gonna say, this movie is very funny. I was actually laughing a lot more than I was expecting coming into the movie. It's very funny because it's very real things going on in everyone's lives. And obviously the actors are definitely hilarious as well. And as I said, it's an hour 26. It is a breeze. It's very easy to watch. You don't really get these type of movies anymore, which aren't trying to be the best movie of the year, but they're also just trying to tell a good story that's an easy watch for anyone to watch. But for me, from a negative perspective, from a script perspective, the main issue with the movie is that there's two main issues. The first one is there are times where the movie just doesn't feel like it has any momentum. Things are happening, and I'm enjoying myself. But as you're watching the movie, you're going to think something big's going to happen for a particular character or characters, and it happens, and you're kind of like, that wasn't as big or exciting as I would say as the movie feels like it is. If you definitely feel like there should be momentum built into the movie flowing throughout, and you're kind of feeling left off of that momentum that the movie is trying to put you on. Another big issue, which I think is kind of coincides with my first issue, is the conflict that comes up with the friends is not just forced. Now, the conflict itself makes sense, but the ramifications of that conflict to me was not authentic. It was definitely, when a conflict does happen in the movie, you understand why they're fighting, but I don't think it would be a thing where it tear them apart for as long as the movie does in the movie. And I just thought the conflicts, the two key conflicts in the movie, which I'm not going to spoil which specifically they are, felt very forced, and the ramifications of those conflicts did not feel as real as I think the characters were in the movie. So I wish that the actual conflicts and the fighting and the ramifications of that I cared about more, but because of the way the characters were written, it kind of pulled me out of the movie at times, how they were handling things. But as I said, I really enjoyed this movie. This is a pleasant watch on Max. I definitely recommend Am I OK? So overall, I'm going to give this film a 3.5 out of 5, 70% for Am I OK? What are your thoughts on this movie? Let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys soon.